Why?
My name is Louis Baginski, and I believe the United States should legalize drugs. With the state the United States is in right now, and the forever ongoing drug war that not only the United States but many other nations have been fighting, why not legalize drugs? No matter what, drug users are always going to get their fix, so why not legalize it and not only make a profit for our nation, but also reduce things such as drug violence and crime convictions, especially for many underage kids. I believe that drugs should be legalized in the United States. The main points that I will be talking about are why I think that drugs should be legalized, and why I believe how we can legalize drugs and make a profit off of them, and last I will prove that legalizing drugs will not only help our nation, but for many other nations that will follow. If we legalize drugs, it will not only help our country financially, but also reduce violence. Many people believe that if we legalize drugs, that it will cut back or even end drug violence. With drugs being legalized, there will be no more drug wars that will make other things a priority for authorities of the United States. AskLeap.org is a website made by policemen that feel if we legalize drugs, it will stop the drug war with the famous line, "Drug use is bad, the drug war is worse." Even though drugs have not been legal in the United States, banning drugs is a type of prohibition. The prohibition against alcohol started during World War I. After World War I came the Great Depression, and then came the 21st Amendment, which banned prohibition against alcohol in the United States to help bail us out of the Great Depression by taxing alcohol. Supposedly, we are not in a state of Great Depression as a country right now, but think of the gain the United States could make off these taxes on drugs. It would easily pull us out of debt. Legalizing drugs not only helps bring money towards the United States through taxes, but also frees up money for the United States by saving money for enforcing drug prohibition and money to fight the drug war. Jeffrey A. Moran, a senior lecturer in economics at Harvard University, says that prohibition is a drain in the public purse. Federal, state, and local governments spend roughly $44 million a year to enforce drug prohibition. These same governments forego roughly $33 million per in tax revenue they could collect from legalizing drugs, assuming these were taxed at rates similar to those of alcohol and tobacco. How the United States can legalize drugs. The first step is to set an age limit, such as alcohol and cigarettes. I believe the age limit should be 18, just like on cigarettes. But also you have people who think it should be 21 just because of alcohol. But I also believe that the alcohol age should be 18. Being 18 makes you an adult in the United States, and when you're an adult you should be able to make the decision for yourself, bad or good. If people feel they need or should do drugs, that is their choice. Second, after officially legalizing drugs, tax each one of them the same rate as cigarettes and alcohol. Not only will it bring extra funds to the government, but there will also be a decline in drug users in the United States. Last, make the laws for drug producers strict to the point where if a mistake is made, they will not only be fined but also put off on probation. Alcohol and cigarette companies make a lot of their money from underage kids, and if kids are found with drugs, not only should the distributor be fined but also the company. Why do I think legalizing drugs should work? Men and women these days are not only fed up with our government and the lack of funds that are given to our businesses and organizations, but they are also fed up with violence. Legalizing drugs would be one step to improving on both of these issues. In 1979, only 27% of the United States was for legalizing drugs. Now in 2009, over 40% feel that we should legalize drugs. Even though this is still not the majority, the population for legalizing drugs is consistently growing. In many cases, people believe that in many cases, people believe the same, such as ex-police officer Peter Christ, who said, "If we truly care about children and wish to keep them from using illegal drugs, we must follow examples such as tobacco, where education has provided outstanding results in reducing use without a single shot being fired. Part of the allure of drugs for children is that its forbidden factor, the temptation of rebellion. During alcohol prohibition, consumption of alcohol by young people increased, and so did deaths and overdose from toxic booze produced by illegal distributors like bathtub gin. This is exactly what we created by making drugs illegal. Legal manufacturers regulate them. Most of today's overdoses aren't caused by the drugs, but by what is used to cut them. The strength and dosage is not regulated. He, like many police officers, also believe drugs should be legalized. In my conclusion, I believe that we should legalize drugs, and it will positively affect our nation and other nations as a whole. We will benefit through our economy and also through the fall of violence. The world should cared not only for themselves but also for the many men and women who have people laid off in their families because of the bad economy, or the men and women who have family members in the armed forces. No matter what, people will get their fix. I feel that we should benefit from this and also maybe watch people stop at the same time.